Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Radio Grenadines. I have as my guest this afternoon Miss Aly DeGraff. Ms. Aly DeGraff, welcome to Radio Grenadines and good afternoon to you.
Thank you.
Okay, could you tell me really who is Aly DeGraff, or tell me more about yourself?
Hi, I am from the States, from Vermont. I'm here doing research in accordance with the Sustainable Grenadines and with the University of the West Indies in Barbados with my mentor, who's Kim Baldwin. And I'm doing historical, cultural, and biological research on mapping work throughout the Grenadines, from Bequia down to Isle.
Wow, total package. Okay. Now you're in Union Island. Could you tell me exactly how is the stay on Union Island? And it's away from home, you know, or you adopt the culture and so on.
Yeah, no, I love it. This is actually the fourth foreign country I've lived in, so it's old hat by this time, but I really love Union. I love living in the southern Grenadines. It's a great culture, great people. I feel really comfortable being here.
That's true. There's no other place than the Grenadines. Better place to be. Okay, you said earlier on in your when you were introducing yourself about a program that you're on here on Union Island doing the research. Could you give me give our viewers an overall view of the MARSIS plan? What it's all about?
The MARSIS is a Marine Spatial Information System project that was started by, and is the PhD research of Kimberly Baldwin. And I'm helping her with this process by including terrestrial information. So stuff that's on land, these old historical, cultural sites throughout the Grenadines as well, to add to her information set.
Okay, that's a lot. Okay, so what's your role really in all of this, the MARSIS program? What role are you playing in this program?
I've been helping out to facilitate at the workshops and the meetings and done some mapping work with the MARSIS data, the marine part of the data with Kim, and all of the terrestrial data that I'm collecting will be included in the MARSIS to expand on its information.
Okay. I realize that it's a lot of work going into doing all this research. When did you really think of doing the research of this nature?
There's actually a woman that came and gave a lecture at my university, my small university in the small state of Vermont, who did work with Kim in Barbados. And she came and she talked about Kim's work, and it was really interesting to me. I was interested in the islands down here and in doing the participatory mapping is what it's called, which is working with people to do a mapping work with local people. And I was really interested in what she was doing, and I contacted her, and we were able to work something out. I got some money to do research, and I was able to come down here and work with her.
Okay, so I guess which means this is something that you enjoy doing. Earlier on you were talking about information that you're collecting. Could you give me the specific information that you're collecting that will be fitted into the MARSIS program?
The information that I'm collecting is on important historical, cultural, and ecological sites throughout the Grenadines. So I'm looking for information on old forts, old lime kilns, sugar mills, cotton plantations, estate houses, geologic features, such as on Frigate Island, there's some columnar basalt.
Okay.
If you see the geologic formation out there, you can tell that it's, these islands are made through volcanic forms. So any information like that that's really specific to the important, the history and the culture of the area. Water collection is also important because of the lack of fresh water year-round, the cisterns and wells and such. So any information like that, and I'm open for whatever anybody else might say. If it's important to you, it's important to include in that.
Yeah, why don't you say you were collecting all this information from probably old well and so on and so forth, right? when you finish collecting all this information and data, what are you going to do with all this information? You're just going to stock it with somewhere? Maybe people might be asking, why are you doing all this, you know? So you're going to give me more of that.
Yeah, well, when I'm done collecting all the information, I just have a couple more slides on care and crew to finish.
Right.
I'm going to be creating maps that you can print out that are going to have all of the sites for each island. And all of this information is going to be available online on www.grenadinesmarsis.com, which is Kim's website. And you can download the maps, and we also have an interactive form where you can zoom in and look at each of the points exactly where they are on the islands. And that's all explained on the website with instructions on how to use that as well. So there's different ways that you can access the information. The hope is that it can be used for education and for preservation. In the end, our hope is that the information can be used to strengthen an application to be a UNESCO World Heritage Conservation Site for the entire Grenadines, and that would help to preserve all of that, all of the sites as well.
Very interesting. So what really are the benefits, right, of all this research that you're doing to the people? Because I realize it's the Grenadines you're basically doing. What are the benefits of all this information that you'll be gathering to the people of the Grenadines Association?
Yeah, a lot of the information has been lost. A lot of the sites have been destroyed. A very common answer that I got when I was going around and interviewing people on different islands was, we had this, but then it was destroyed for this reason or that reason. So-and-so built a house, it was bought by the resort, they built a marina. And so the hope is that if there's a data set with this information, that people can say, no, this lime kiln is important. That's our history. We don't want you to build it. Right. We're standing up for ourselves and saying that our history is important to us. And so through education, also just recording the information, it doesn't exist. Right. There's, and it's a lot of the older generations that I've been talking to that have the information, and you gotta record it while it's still there.
So basically you're saying that the information is there, but probably it's just, it's not probably decentralized, it's just in one central one here, and it's not getting out. They have to say even the younger ones that's coming up.
Yeah, some of the younger ones, I had a great group of kids on PM that took me all around, but generally it's been a bit of the older generation, and the bushmen that are still going around and know where that cannon is, that's in the middle of nowhere in the bush that no one's seen in 20 years.
Okay. It's pretty interesting. I realize that with all this, it's a bit of work for you, right? Seems like all this up and down because it's not, you have to be moving from island to island, right? Is there any time, right, during this process where you in the primary process of the information that you're doing to say probably get the information? Is there any time that you, as an individual, as a researcher, think of giving it up? It's too much work. I'm going to throw in my towel and probably get back to Vermont where I belong.
Oh, the heat, maybe, but no, I love my work. I love going around and talking to people and seeing these old sites on each of the islands, and going for hikes, going through the bush with a cutlass, and trying to find that old fort, and that's just of a lot of interest to me. And the people that I work with, they're always very passionate about preserving the sites as well. Right. So I really love seeing all of the islands and doing all of my work. Yeah.
So you say which is a good thing, right? So try to ask you, right? What was the most, or what part of the research process, right, that you enjoy the most?
I would say getting to know everybody on every island. I mean, I have friends and people that I've been working with on every island, and I mean, to thank them so much for all of the work that they've done with me and all the time that they've taken out of their day, out of their work week, to help me out to do this data collection. And it's just been really great, the support that I've gotten.
Any time that you find obtaining the information, right, towards the project that you're doing, very challenging?
It was challenging at the beginning before I knew people, and just getting off in an island and saying, okay, now I need to find people. And, you know, you have to go by the rum shop and say, this is what I'm looking for. Who do you know? Who should I talk to? Where do they live? What's their phone number? Who are they? And trying to make those initial connections, where it was a bit intimidating. But you know, once you start making those connections, and if your friend takes you to see their friend, and their friend takes you to see their friend, it became much more comfortable.
So you say basically the people were a bit friendly in terms of getting the information to you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, as I told you earlier on, I know the people of the Grenadians are very friendly people.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 During this this whole research, right? What have you learned most about yourself during this gathering all this information?
Well, I'm definitely American. I've gotten used to a much faster paced life and much more organized and structured in my work day. And now, you know, I'm working here without an office, without, you know, I'm at a different island every week for a day here, 2 days here, 4 days here. And just, I learned that, you know, I really I can do this. You just have to relax. Everything's going to work out. You know, you don't have to have a 9 a.m. meeting or a, you know, 11 o'clock appointment and it has to be on the dot. Yeah.
So basically, being here in the Caribbean, it's basically more relaxing.
Yeah.
It's away from the easy, fast-going pace that you're accustomed to see back home.
For sure.
Okay. If, for example, I probably want to get in to this field in terms of research, what advice would you give to me as an individual who wants to get in such field that you're in at this time?
I would say make sure you're passionate about it. I mean, I go out every day with someone new and get to explore some part of the island, and I love it. I love doing it, and that makes all the difference in the world, to make sure that it's something that you're really passionate about.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Exactly. They always say that anything that you're into, make sure you're with your soul and your heart and into it. Aly DeGraff, if I should ask you any, probably say, final word you would like to say to probably anyone out there, or probably if there's any information you're still trying to gather, because as you know, this website, it's one of the #1 websites really around in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, if not throughout the Western Hemisphere, right? And we have a large audience, right, where people love. And so if you need any other information, right, that you need probably to finish your research as well, right, could you just give it to probably our viewers who probably maybe they have it, if there's a number they can reach you, or probably an email address they can drop any sort of information to you?
Yeah, well, I've been here for a year so far, but I go home in a month, so I won't physically be here after this month, but I'm still here. I'm still trying to collect any other sites that I've missed. Back in February and March, we went around and did community meetings. Kim and I went around and did community meetings on each island and brought the information that I've collected so far to show to people. And you know, any new information I got, I've collected, but I'm sure there's sites that we've missed still. And if anybody takes a look at our maps and takes a look at my maps and sees, oh, this site, she forgot this one.
Right.
Email me, say what it is, send me a picture, and send me, you know, draw a point on the map, send that to me, anything and I'd be happy to include the information. The best, you know, better the information, the more helpful. But I have an email that that you guys can put on the site.
If you can give it to us, I would very much appreciate that.
It's A.K. DeGraff, my last name, DeGraff @gmail.com, and I'd be happy to get any kind of contact from anybody. I'm still going to be working on this information once I go home. I'm still going to be actively involved in this. And I hope to come back, and if I have a list of things that I need to come back and add on to my data set, I'll...
While you were here, you've been hitting all these islands, been from Beckway right down to Grenada, Caracol. Okay, for example, when you get back home, you know, and you share all this, what information you would give to someone who have never come to the Grenadines and want to come to the Grenadines? What information you will give to them concerning the Grenadines?
Well, first of all, I'd have to give them a map to show them where it is.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I would say that it's truly one of the most pristine and beautiful countries in the Caribbean. I've been to a bunch of other islands, and I love the smaller feeling of the Grenadines. I mean, all of the islands that I've been through, I've really enjoyed seeing everyone, and I would definitely recommend coming down here. I'll be back.
You'll be back. Well, it's good to know, and I'm also looking forward to seeing you someday once again.
Thank you.
The website, right? Maybe someone might slip it while doing this videotape and so on. Could you repeat the website for the benefit of our viewers?
Yeah, the website is grenadinesmarsis, marsis.com, and you'll find all of my information on that website as well as Kim's information on the marine data.
Okay. All right. So it's www.grenadinesmarsis.com. Okay, I'll definitely be looking up that website. This is what information I can gather from it. This afternoon I was speaking to Miss Aly DeGraff, doing some internship here in the Grenadines, where she has been doing some research on the cultural, the historical, ecological aspect of the Grenadines. Ms. DeGraff, on behalf of Radio Grenadines, we thank you for sharing all this information with us, information that I also learned that I never knew about, and I am looking forward to having you sometime in the near future on our program once again. Once again, on behalf of Radio Grenadines, Ms. DeGraff, I thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you sometime.
Thank you.
Okay, all the best.